Virtual reality, a place where you can be anyone you want to be and go anywhere you want to go. This is a topic we briefly touched on during my last live stream, and I mean very briefly. This is also something we've never properly talked about on this channel, which is really surprising. I've mentioned it very briefly in a few videos, but never really took a video on the subject itself. So it's time to do exactly that. Let's get right into the video. Many people have recently started asking me, why this? Why are you here recording these videos? Why exactly this topic? What makes you love this so much that your entire channel has pretty much become based upon it? And recently, when more and more family members have started finding out what I now do for a living, they became interested. What is this, and why exactly is it such a big deal? And when I tell them it's the future, well, it's fair to say they're slightly confused, remembering the days of the Google Cardboard. Virtual reality has come a very, very long way. Now, I'm probably not here half as long as a lot of you are, but my first headset was still the Google Cardboard. That was kind of a DIY virtual reality headset. It was $3, you'd put your phone inside, my Samsung Galaxy S3 Mini, and it was our first view at Google Cardboard. I still remember flicking that little magnet and seeing the menu flick by. It was actually quite amazing back in the day. Then I started experimenting with VR and ways to get 6 DoF on the Google Cardboard. This was around the time when the CV1 had come out, but with still no touch controllers. Because yes, the CV1 was originally released with no touch controllers. So I played around with VR and the PSI tool, you know, that one that would allow you to use the PlayStation Eye camera with the PS Move controllers to have 6 DoF and controllers in a phone, basically. It was quite amazing back in the day, but that's originally what pushed me to buy the CV1, and that was my first 6 DoF controller-based headset. Sure, nothing incredible by today's standards, but back then, it was literally a whole new world. There's no denying the fact that during the last 2 years, virtual reality and AR and all the others have blown up in a way they have never blown up before. We are in a place that I didn't think we would be for another few years. It is quite amazing. Sure, there's negatives to the situation as well, but mostly seeing the advancement and how many users it's brought in is amazing. And the user base is quite important, because this is something I was asked during the last livestream. Why I looked so happy after that game of Demio with Thrill, Fia, and Protostar. And I think I explained it very well during the livestream in a way that I wouldn't exactly be able to explain it now. Because you look at it completely differently when you take off the headset. What about the game makes me so happy? The connection, the social environment, the being able to actually connect with people again. And the fact that you can connect with people across the globe and share that joy with them. Play the game like you were sitting there in front of the table in real life, classically playing a board game, but you get those benefits of it being a completely virtual game, you know? You get those benefits of being able to bend the rules of reality. But again, if you guys have ever had that connection with people over VR, which I assume a lot of you guys do, in VR chat, etc. I know a lot of people who do, and it's absolutely incredible seeing it. Like, sometimes I would hop into VR chat and I see this like group of people that are formed in VR chat and grown over time. You know how amazing it feels. But yeah, I bet a lot of you have this, but there is times when you're like, damn, I kind of really want to go into virtual reality. I know I'm gonna have so much fun when I do it, but I'm almost too lazy to do it. It's like it's too much work putting on the headset. Even though, how much work is this? Now, if that isn't human laziness, I don't know what is. Because this specific headset right here, the Quest 2, has made that easier than ever. Truth be told though, when I'm going into VR chat, I wouldn't be using this thing standalone. But that's something that happens to me quite a bit. I'm like, I really want to go into virtual reality. I know I'm gonna have so much fun when I do it, but I'm too lazy to do it. But the main point being, back then, I was sucked into Demio at the very beginning when I first heard somebody on our Discord, I don't remember exactly who it was, telling me that they're going to play Demio with their dad. And I always thought of that as an absolutely incredible thing. I basically imagine two people, I'm not saying this is that person's situation, but this is what I imagine. Two people at the completely opposite ends of the world connecting together and being able to see each other. Even if it's not themselves that they're seeing a virtual avatar, they're still connecting. At the beginning we had MSM Messenger, or at least that's what I think it was called. We had the very flat text messaging online, and now we are moving into the realm of the metaverse. The metaverse being what Zuck described as the next layer of the internet, the progression of the internet, and I think that's a great way of putting it. Back then, we would be able to only chat with people on a 2D plane, not being able to see them and completely not being able to interact with them, except with words, verbally. Now we are in a spot where we can interact with people in a 6DoF space, give them a high five, give them a fist bump, or hug them. It's absolutely incredible how far we've come. Sure, when I was saying this to my mom, she was like, yeah, but it's still not the same thing. You can't feel it. I laughingly said, unless you have a B-haptics vest. She's like, it's not the same thing. Of course it's not the same thing. But the thing is, we're getting there. Now, it might seem like I'm really digressing here, like I'm not getting to the point, but the truth is, all of this is the point. Virtual reality is a whole new world, a whole new universe. Some might say it is their better universe. The ability to connect with anyone around the world was first given to us by the internet. Well, this is the expansion of the internet. Places like VR chat, fine when played on a flat screen, of course, but truly only enjoyed when being inside the game. You being able to create the world you truly want, like we are doing right now with our Unity gods on the Discord, creating the VR chat world that we want, that we think will suit us and the community, being able to be whoever you want to be and hopefully not being discriminated for it. Or finding a group of people at least that think like you. Because in the vast open internet, you will eventually find someone that thinks like you. And in VR chat, I've seen these groups form, and it is quite incredible. So going back to the question, what is it that I really love about this? Why am I in this space? Well, I was first mesmerized by the CV1, seeing all the possibilities just instantly get unlocked like an achievement. Seeing the fact that there is a possibility for this to become its true form, the metaverse, and seeing how far we've come again during those last 2 years gives me more of that hope. Seeing how far we've progressed with better panels, higher FOV, much higher refresh rates. It's truly incredible how much closer we're getting to that experience of completely immersing yourself and forgetting that you're there. Now, part of that immersion are the accessories, the things that aren't on your head, the things that allow you to completely get immersed. I've talked about this before, but to me, immersion is you doing something, expecting something to happen, and that exact outcome happening. You basically being able to do something and not having to think about what the outcome is going to be. Sure, it's cool to mess around with physics sometimes and get the human brain working and getting physics to do something completely different. But if you want to get truly immersed, your body parts all kind of have to do what you expect them to do. And seeing the community here is absolutely incredible. Part of what makes VR amazing is the community. And I've talked about this before, I'm incredibly proud of our community, and seeing all the other communities that have spun up around VR is incredible. We have Slime VR giving full body tracking to the masses with much, much cheaper, basically fully wireless full body tracking. And just to show you how much love this project received and how many people wanted it to happen, that got funded in less than 24 hours, and it's already way above its goal. It was absolutely incredible to watch and see how many people truly wanted this product, and how Slime VR was the first one to give it to them. And it wasn't made by a big company. No, because big companies won't give that to you. I tend to see this wording in the VR community. If the company won't give it to you, if the company won't fix it, the community will. And that's true. Lucid VR gloves. Not only were they created to give you the ability to DIY them yourself entirely for less than $100, maybe less than $50 if you find the right parts in the right place, but they also give you haptic feedback, like gloves that would cost you thousands normally. And they also brought people together. I mean, Thrill actually ended up going to Lucas to make these gloves with him. And it was actually incredible to watch. Virtual reality not bringing people together in VR, but also in real life, meeting people through virtual reality is basically the next step. Sure, it's fun meeting you guys on Discord, but I certainly have a much higher connection with you guys when I meet you on VR chat. When we were playing Demio with my parents, after we finished, my dad was like, "This is amazing," which was incredible to hear from him because he doesn't normally speak highly of virtual reality. He tried it a few times. I think he liked the bowling, the golf, and well, now he loves Demio, and he basically wants to play it more and more. But essentially what happened after that is he was like, imagine our friends in Poland just hanging out with us playing this. And for some reason that stuck in my mind. Well, not for some reason, because again, we can't see them constantly. We live in Ireland, they live in Poland. Our family all lives in Poland. So from time to time, I imagine what it would be like if they had VR headsets. And if my family could connect with them through these VR headsets. Would they do it? Well, I'd like to think that yes. While my mom is completely not against the idea of virtual reality, she plays it quite a bit herself. When people think of VR, not all of them realize that we've come so far. Some of them think we're still in the Google Cardboard 3DOF stage, where everything just kind of looks bad. When in reality now it's this great tool for connection, a great tool for escapism, a great tool for work, a great tool for education. It's come so far. And seeing this tool allowing people to meet up on a whole new level. Again, this is the evolution of the internet, which is why it is going to be the future. Literally, I think in the future, a lot more people are going to have a VR headset, a lot more than have now, because this will be the evolution of meeting up through the internet. Instead of meeting people through Discord, instead of meeting people through a messaging app, you will be meeting people face to face in VR. That's why I think this is the future. And I'm sure a lot of you will agree. It gives you this ability to literally transport yourself from wherever you are in the world. It doesn't matter whether you're in your room, whether you are outside, whether you are wherever. It really doesn't matter. When you put that on, you are transported wherever. And for some reason, it just never really becomes fully normal. Yes, it does become a little bit more normal after a while, but every time you lift up that headset, you're like kind of disorientated. You're like, wow. It still hasn't fully become normal to me. It's incredible. I'm sure a lot of you find something incredible in meeting someone in VR chat, say. So while yes, it is a great tool for education, it's a great tool for exercise, and it's definitely a great tool for escapism, my main love towards virtual reality comes from the social aspect. While I love playing Beat Saber, don't get me wrong, absolutely fantastic, and that's probably the game I have most hours in. I definitely think of games like VR chat and social apps as being my favorite, and that is my favorite part of virtual reality, that connection it gives us all. I mean, look, you're here watching this right now. Would you be here if we didn't have this liking towards this, not certainly this device, but virtual reality? I'm gonna speak of virtual reality as a whole. No, you wouldn't, and that's how communities are built. Yeah, people that build computers together, of course they're gonna hang out together, they're gonna watch the same videos, of course, that makes sense. But we have this almost greater connection, because we can hop into VR chat, and we can see each other, and speak to each other, and high-five each other, and fist bump each other, and do something you can't necessarily do with your, I'm actually scared, do with your monitor. I mean, yeah, sure, you can slam that subscribe button with your forehead, but you won't actually be slamming it with your forehead. That's what I love about it. And this video was a little bit slower. Yes, it was. And I feel like that's almost how the live stream ended up going towards the end, because it's a heartfelt conversation about why we're all here and why I love this so much and why I think that this is the future and why I'm not ending anytime soon. I would love to hear your guys' opinion on the subject. Why are you here? What makes you love virtual reality? What made you start? It's a very interesting topic, and I would love to hear why people are here, because I don't think I've ever asked that question before. And I feel like it's an amazing question to ask, because we are the early adopters. Yes, we are actually still the early adopters. This is just the beginning, which makes you wonder what all this is going to look like in the future. And that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a fantastic day or night. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like. If you guys disliked it, I guess this button works too, but please tell me why down in the comments section below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, make sure to join our Discord down below, make sure to join our Reddit, where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. If you guys would like to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, we've got sick mugs down below that boost your FPS by 300%, and merch that doesn't put a huge ad in your body. And if you guys want to know content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack the subscribe button with your dope bell, and see you in the next video. Peace.